Let me show you how to make a flamingo art piece using a glue gun. There are some easy and fun techniques that go into the creation process of this one, and it's something that I think anyone can try. Not to mention that there are some incredibly satisfying moments. Let's get right into it. Don't forget that the original's for sale now on my website. What is going to happen today? Do you ever get stuck for ideas? I came back from my holiday. I was away for over a month, and when I came back last week, I find it really hard to come up with something new and original. I've been thinking and I've decided to actually go with the flow and start with the background and then see where the background will take me. I was looking at some paints. I've got leftover paint, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use leftover blues. I'll probably mix them some more. I'm not sure I want this green. I can't believe how many little containers with leftover teals and blues I've collected. If you're wondering what on earth are these? Well, these are the lids from cosmetic products. I think they're very handy because I can bend them. My favorite jars from some yogurts. I really like them because they've got plastic lids and they don't get stuck. I reuse everything. And I also have some pinks, kind of coral pink and a lighter pink and white. I haven't used those longer light wood canvas when I was away. That's what we'll be using today. Day 50 by 20. Let's put it higher. Now, decisions. With so many colors, goodness me. Let's start with something lighter. This one is more blue. Some darker blue. If they mix together, that's absolutely fine. Oh, it's a pretty color. At the bottom, perhaps some darker, some more blue. Okay, I think it's time for the pinks. It will be safe on blue, that's for sure. A little bit. Whoa, that's a shocker. I've realized that I didn't tell you what's inside my mix. 1 part of paint to 1 part of Floetrol and 1 part of my pouring mix. I call it my pouring mix, PVA glue and water. But it's all approximate. I don't really measure anything, but it runs down. Really nice uninterrupted stream, can you see? Okay, time to move this a bit. I'm only doing it to cover the white spaces. Yes, I know I should be wearing gloves. Forgive me, I just like touching paint. I never wear gloves. And I really don't like wasting paint, so if I have a few drops, I'll be touching the edges with them. Lovely colors. I wasn't sure whether they would look good together, but I think they do. And because I mixed them really in a crazy way, I think we are going to go for a swipe. I am a bit torn at the moment. I don't know whether I want cells or not when I swipe, but I do know how many of you love watching cells, so let's just do it. Some cells, so take a little bit of white. I don't want too much. This is coconut hair serum, just in a different container. If you want to see the original product, I was using it in the recent video with the big blue flower. There's also a link in the video description to the product if you want a few drops. Alright, that's absolutely enough. Okay, I am ready. Putting all my white here for the swipe and paper towel. I'm spraying it with water to make it moist. I don't want it to be completely, totally soaked, just a little bit. And I don't know about you, but I always have to stand while swiping. Let's touch touch the white. Ever so gently. Ready? Oops, pretty. But I do want something more dramatic. I love that, but I think I want it a bit more messed up. So let's move it down. It's very rarely that I do it, but I want my cells to change shape a bit. I want it more messy. And I don't want to see so much white either. So stretching, there's definitely more drama happening. I wanted some random shapes. Final decision, I think I'm liking it. I started moving it around because I kind of saw a flamingo.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
And I thought, this is going to be water. It needs to be a bit more messy. It was too well behaved. So I can imagine the illusion of flamingos in the distance. I'm going to leave it to dry and then we'll come back. There are some marks from silicone, as you can see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wash it with a soapy sponge and leave it to dry. I've been experimenting with different flamingos and trying to adapt it to my purposes because I want something long and quite thin. As you can see, I've been trying to make its back bend. You may wonder, what is this? I started the flamingo here, and by the time I got to this part of the leg, I realized it's going to be too short. So I had to attach a little bit of paper. I am going to use my glue gun, but I'm going to use my super efficient technique on a silicone mat that I think that I've invented it because I've never seen that doing it before. I used to do it directly on the canvas, but then I realized that many of you were complaining that you can't peel it off, and I think this is going to be the easiest way. I've done one painting this way. I'm going to show you. It's actually one of my personal favorites, and that's why I wanted a flamingo in the same way. So this is the Japanese crane. I do like this one. They're even the same sizes because it's the same canvas. And as I said, I was trying to make it compact. Well, let's say compact. This painting is on my website if you're interested. And actually, once I finish this, you can own 2 of them. There's a big discount if you buy 2 of my paintings. I am super, super excited because I've got a glue stick that I haven't used. Rose gold. I thought there would be nothing more perfect for my flamingo. So let me load it into my glue gun, ready for my design. I'm going to position it in a way that's comfortable for me. I'm taping it down so it stays in place. And now let's see how much I will be able to see through my mat. Perfect. I think I'll start from here. You probably noticed that I put my bird on something that moves. Because I know myself, I'll be very unhappy trying to reach the right angle. I always move my paintings so it's comfortable for me. And I always suggest it to my students, make sure you can reach the part you're doing because it makes a massive difference. Want it nice and thin. One done. A beautiful colour. I've got quite a few feathers here, and for all those who are wondering why am I not doing it on a painting, yes, of course you can do it directly on a painting. However, you will not have the freedom to change anything much without affecting a background, but it's absolutely doable. And personally, if it wasn't for the tutorial, I would probably do it directly on the painting, but as I said before, I want to show everybody another very easy way, and this way you can fix all your mistakes, and I think it's worth a lot. Okay, it's doing well. I'm just going to finish those feathers. You know what I'm doing now. I'll try to do the head now. I don't understand why we're getting those big blobs, but I personally think that the gold color is a bit harder. I don't know why. Maybe flows a bit different to the transparent one. Time for the legs. My goodness. How did I manage to do it in one go? Oh, it's a mystery. Finishing the feet. Smaller sections are so much easier. There should be a little web here. I'm going to do that. And I really don't want to mess up the beak, do I? Whoa. Okay. I did this. Fine, I'm leaving it. Broken. The flamingo is roughly finished. I'm talking about the outline with glue gun, of course. So, the most fun part for me, peeling it off. And it comes off so easily. It's just like this. Look, just like that. No problem whatsoever. And I'll have, you can make your own template this way, you know. And yes, when you are positioning it on the background, you have to put it loose and gently, because I can change it. I could glue it like this if I want to. I'm not even peeling it off. It just completely comes off. I can still cut some sections and adjust them if I wanted. And of course, when I glue them, I have to be careful to leave some gaps. Some bits I actually cut out because I might reposition them. This is the glue I'm going to use. Of course, there's another way. You can use some heavy-duty spray. I just like this glue. I will hold this piece for a minute. What I like about this glue is it's transparent, it's water-based, so when it's wet I can wipe it off. If I make a mistake, I can just wipe it off. I'm almost done. I split the leg in half because it's going to be easier for me. I can move it a bit. Maybe I want it here. It's all nicely stuck. So I am going to paint my flamingo inside, and I'm going to paint it white. Why white? Because I want to remove all the background colors. I usually do it. I don't want the flamingo with blue peeping through the pinks and the whites later. I am going to use a super small brush, the smallest I found. The white is dry now. I need to look at the real flamingo now. So I'm going to look at some pictures of the real bird to find out what colors we need now. It's a very specific pink. I can see some orange in it and some red. So which colors would be suitable? I do have cadmium red and cadmium orange, and I think they'll be good. However, I just came across this color. Look at this, pale amaranth red. That's a perfect flamingo color. However, this is a metallic color, and I don't want my bird to be shiny, so I'm going to add quite a lot of titanium white to it. And this is going to be the base color for the whole flamingo. I want it underneath, and then I'll be adding lighter and darker tones. I think it's time to get some really crazy, vibrant orange and pink. As you can see, I'm using a very small amount because I don't want to mix the color I don't want. I'm testing it first. Okay, so that's like a nice pink. And I will need this pink for the lighter feathers, that's for sure. It's pretty, but at the moment I want something darker. Okay, so now I'm imagining the light comes from here. I usually like light from the left. I don't know, that's just me. Therefore, this part of the neck is going to be darker, but of course we'll be blending in. And it's so nice that we've got this pink background because I can now water down the paint. What else do we want? The same deep orangey red. This part as well. It's all wet at the moment. As you can see, it blends nicely. When you have a dry background, it's so easy to remove the excess of paint. They have really funny beaks. Partially black, partially pink, and partially white. I need to look at a picture of a real flamingo and do the beak properly. Kind of deciding how much I want of this black. Okay, with the black it does look more real, doesn't it? Also, depending on which individual flamingo you are looking at, They seem to be slightly different. We've got the funniest eyes ever. I am going to paint all that around white. Look at that. I was looking for the right color for the legs, and I think Process Magenta will probably be the best because they are strangely deep pink. What a bird. Honestly, colors are incredible. Well, some very, very light feathers now. But they still have a little bit of pink in them. So can you see now we've got a variety of colors overlapping each other. The top of the flamingo is the lightest. Well, I've been really enjoying this one, but to be honest, I don't remember actually a work that I wasn't enjoying, so I basically struggle with finding what I want to do. Once I kind of see it in my mind, and I'm fine. Not as white as on top. On the head as well. This guy needs to be much lighter here. I wonder what your thoughts are. I'll really, really appreciate your comment. Every comment you make actually helps the YouTube algorithm, so I'm very grateful. Please forgive me if I don't answer all the comments. It's because I have another job. It's physically impossible for me to answer all the comments, but I read them all and I really, really, really appreciate them. All right, so that's that, I think. There we are. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I can't wait to hear them. If you are looking for more, why not join my Patreon, where I release an extended version of each of my episodes every week. And if you really like this piece, it's available for sale on my website, along with many other artworks. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting the channel. I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you all next Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.